Now, when I say North Korea, what do you think of? Glum regimentation, dictatorial tantrums, thermonuclear meltdowns. But the country's supreme leader, Kim Jong-un, is now trying something radically different. Here's a hint. Kim spent his formative years not on a collective farm or a labour camp, but apparently at a very posh Swiss boarding school. He developed a penchant for après-ski and all the stuff that comes before it. So the North Korean regime invited Swiss journalist Mark Wolfensberger to check out their latest version of the socialist paradise. In the first of our series, North Korea Uncovered, our correspondent Jonathan Miller has this exclusive report.
In a military labour camp on top of a mountain, the shock brigades of the People's Army have been flat out, round the clock, for 9 months, carrying out the orders of Marshal Kim Jong-un, whose great name they praise.
이러면 신문지 않습니다. 첫째, 장군님이 최고 사령관들이 부르면 노래 부르면 신문 거 이상이 없습니다. 하나도. 누구나 하나같이 그저 노래 부르면 하니까 장군님이 최고 사령관들이 부르면서 언제 두시 하루빨리 건설하여 당장은 10월 10일까지 무조건 완공하여 최고 사령관들과 영광에 보고 승례복을 들어가는 걸 교류하면서 이렇게 모다 떨쳐놔서 일하고 있습니다.
The Marshal made this project a top national priority. Late last summer, Kim Jong-un decreed that the happy, grateful proletariat of his not very democratic People's Republic would learn to ski in their own world-class resort, boasting 70 miles of runs, as well as chalets, hotels and a heliport.
좀 힘듭니다. 이렇습니다. 하지만 이제 우리 여기서 낚고 난 다음에 우리 여기 이제 아버지, 어머니, 우리 자식들이 여기 와서 이제 나올 때 우리들 같이 타보려고 합니다. 이제.
The propaganda girls have driven to the top of Taiwan Peak with some tonic for the troops.
하루빨리 이 석기장을 건설하여 우리 민들에게 행복한 생활을 마련해 주시려는 경례는 최고 사령관 동지의 높은 뜻을 받도록 우리 병사들은 언제나 이렇듯 그림의 힘을 안고 오늘도 힘차게 달리고 있습니다.
The 24 million inmates of this dirt-poor Stalinist dictatorship know a thing or two about sacrifice. Their country's crippled by food shortages, more than a quarter of their children stunted by malnutrition. 0.02% of the population skis. But Marshal Kim predicts that North Korea will soon be in the grip of ski fever. He came to offer field guidance at his Pasific Pass resort in May. But this brainwave seriously off-piste, even for this eccentric autocrat.
이쪽 방향으로 내려가면 5개 주로로 해서 이용할 수 있다.
Kim Jong-un's man on the mountain gets this whole vision thing, it seems. The mountain must come to the Marshal, he says, whatever the cost.
우리 군대는 최고 사령관 동지 명령이라면 산도 또 옮기고 바다도 메우는 이런 기질을 가진 이 부분 많이 들으면.
Today's the deadline, though, and God help those workers. It looks like they've missed it. But there's a bigger problem, bigger even than the economics here not making sense, or the fact that it gets just 3 months of snow every year. It's the sanctions. North Korea might be able to build nuclear bombs, but not ski lifts, it seems. And because of the sanctions, it's unable to buy the chairlifts or snow cannons and blowers from the big European suppliers. The Swiss pulled out in July.
뭐 로켓도 나오는 것도 아니고 행복이도 나오는 것도 아니란 말이야. 그런데 여기서 지금 마지막에 체육 종목, 오락 종목까지도 제재 항목을 열 수 있는가? 그렇게 하고 미국 놈들은 뭐 우리 원래 계급적 원수 또 그렇다 치고 스위스 정부는 거기에 먼저 이제 얘기를 했는데 정말 정직하고 지혜롭고 옛날부터 중립국이었고. 이렇게 했는데 거기에 농락이 되는가, 허위선전에 놀아나는가, 이게 상당히 의문스럽다는 거.
The regime branded it serious human rights abuse, and unable to accept this defeat, Lieutenant Colonel Pak ordered two 40-year-old ski lifts moved from another location 200 miles away and brought here. Trouble is, the old lifts reach just over halfway to the top, putting 2/3 of the newly cut ski runs out of commission. They're still 6 weeks short of first snowfall up here. Plenty of time to finish the two vast resort hotels and the helipad before North Korea's proletarians rise up, lose their chains and go skiing. For Marshal Kim's ski resort fantasy wasn't dreamt up just for some new bourgeoisie. As with other fun days out in the DPRK, it's designed to reward productivity, inflame pride in the party, and to show a hostile, uninformed world that labour camps and famines aren't what their country's about. North Korea is a really fun place to be. At the brand new Italian-built Pyongyang ice rink, where the slogan reads, "Our country is the best," Marshal Kim, a leading ice expert, took a big brotherly hands-on role.
세 번째로 찾아오셨을 때는 평양 원수님께서 먼저 이 오름판에 들어서서 오름의 질도 가늠해 보시고 이 오름질이 세계적인 수준에서 국제 경기도 진행할 수 있는 이런 질이지만 철저히 우리 근로하는 인민들이 이용하는 대중체육공사 개지가 되어야 한다고 우리 인민야외빙상당의 사명감을 깊이 가르쳐 주셨습니다.
Last year, in an act of dystopian synchronicity, Marshal Kim opened Pyongyang's Dolphinarium as typhoon floods swamped badly built North Korean towns, killing hundreds. The highly trained dolphins and mermaids swim in seawater piped in from the coast, 30 miles away. Perhaps the great Marshal can just spot a great metaphor. If you give dolphins food, they will love you and do just what you want.
아무리 수억만 당자금이 들어도 우리 인민들에게는 부담이 적게 부담하고 또 강과 국가에서 많은 돈을 부담하는 그것이 바로 우리 원수님께서 바라시는 인민사랑의 또 사회주의 부귀영화의 기본 핵이라고 봅니다.
Socialist luxury is young Marshal Kim's opiate for his hungry people, like this Pyongyang pizza parlour, half state-owned, half private, where the pizzas come out half-baked. They cost less than a fiver, but most people earn less than £1 a day. Some are simply more equal than others, and cans of Coke, flashy shoes, mobile phones, dolphinariums, ski resorts are held up as beacons of cultural and economic advancement. There's a beautiful beach in the east where, if you can afford it, you can kick back and contemplate Marshal Kim's weird brand of champagne Stalinism. But no one much can afford to come here, so they don't.
I hope you booked your holiday early, John.
Always, yes.
Amazing pictures. Jonathan Miller reporting there, and you can see more of our series North Korea Uncovered next week on Channel 4 News.